I don't know if this is going to help Creator Clash at the end of the day or hurt the Creator Clash at the end of the day because everyone knows what's going down with this thing. And I think a lot of people are turning on Creator Clash, which is sad because to see a charity event, which is supposed to benefit a lot of good, have so much personal drama get involved over a lighthearted joke to me, especially when you meet that lighthearted joke with just straight up venom, is oh, it is a far cry to what iDubbbz used to be. The old iDubbbz would never stand up for this. And, contrary to public opinion, I do agree with the $15,000 compensation rule with the threat of the lawsuit because they did spend a lot of money on Froggy, but they could have just told him to kind of keep it tame and not kick him from the event overall. Just the order of all of these punishments that they're giving Froggy right now are so out of order that you can tell they're very emotion driven and just done by force. Like, you ever be in that situation where you and a person have beef and they're not really interested in logically coming to a compromise of what can and cannot be done, and they just want to double down and use force to get their way? This is like what that is reminding me of right now. And I think that's like the main thing that I keep thinking about as much as this story draws out. Like a lot of the legal stuff, I get it. On paper makes sense, but it's so personal that you could just tell that there's no. This is so disingenuous. And this kind of ego is going to take a well meaning event and tear it to the ground. And I'm a huge fan of charity. I'm a huge fan of donating to the greater good on your own free will and accord. I think it just shows that human beings have some redeemable qualities to them. But one pimple on this face of Creator Clash is going to bring the whole thing down, hurt its numbers. And I'm seeing more people side with Froggy, and I really do not blame them. Do I think that it was a little out of left field that you would just insult iDubbbz's girlfriend like that? I mean, yeah, you made her part of the joke when she really didn't need to be in there. But on the other hand, I mean, this might be very unrelated, but when people have OF accounts and they just want to act like they didn't put that stuff up there themselves. You knew that you posted that stuff to make money. You knew that people were horny. You knew that people were looking for a good time. You know what the internet is, and you know that there's a lot of people who are just on their fingertips at their keyboards day by day waiting to get their rocks off. You know that there was a market that you were willing to sell this to. But nobody made you post those photos except for you, and that's public, and it's not like he was telling a lie with his lighthearted joke. Just kind of like when someone tries to be an adult film actor or actress and they try and avoid responsibility. No one signed you on that contract or made you get in front of that camera to do your thing but you. It's just a bunch of corporate paperwork with a bunch of ego wrapped around it. Welcome to the corporate world. Welcome to the job market where you sign a contract. And, I'm pretty sure Froggy's not a bad dude. I'm actually glad to see he's around there kicking it still. I show my full blown support to this guy. And I get that Creator Clash is supposed to be quote unquote inclusive, but this is how we sell fights. This is how the fight game kind of works. I think that there needs to be a little bit of a happy medium in between inclusivity and then also just trying to get the fans hyped to buy the tickets so they want to come over here and watch it. I'm a huge fan of UFC. I know how this kind of stuff works. It's like Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal. They're marketable guys. They know how to bring eyes to the fight business. People come from miles to see them fight, and they will drop $90 on a pay-per-view to watch him get his face caved in. But this is one of those really small bullets that could have just been bitten and then right off into the sunset, and they could have avoided a whole bunch of public scrutiny. And look, I understand what iDubbbz is doing now in modern times. Like, I know he was very edgy back in the day, which I like. Sometimes this PC culture, although I agree that you shouldn't be bullying people 24/7, being very regimented and making sure everyone is nice 100% of the time or everyone is always having this forced smile is unnatural to the human condition. And it is very sad to see someone who was fighting that now be a part of this censorship, especially when it's a personal thing. I don't even, if I would guess, I feel like iDubbbz is kind of conflicted right now. I mean, there's nothing to, this is just my guess.
And as we get older, we realize that some of the things that we thought were edgy and funny weren't as funny to us, at least, when we go down. I mean, the fans who enjoyed that, they might like that kind of humor throughout their entire lives. But as you get older, some of us, whether something changes you, you want to sanitize your image a little bit more. But iDubbbz is such a far cry from what he used to be that I don't think that this is really him. I'm coming at him with a place of love, even though I'm not a huge fan. I've never been a mass consumer of his content, but the whole internet knows his story by now and has taken a side on it. It's like, dude, I don't think you're being genuine with your change. I think you're forcing it. And you got to ask your past self, what would they think of you now? That's what I'm going to leave with. I think this has been the 10,000 or millionth video that has been made about this whole thing. I'm just your average schmo signing off, and I will see you guys next time.